your mind space, because what we're doing here is providing you the tools and strategies for more success as far as being leaders. And some of, where you're at in your Monarch business, is it you just got in today, you haven't started, or you just seen a flyer on Facebook, social media. It's identifying that the first step, which step? The first step is having the mindset necessary, the equipment, the tools to get to the next level. Because if we say we want to be way over there, as far as rank advance to diamond, and we just got in, it may be discouraging when some people don't enroll. So it's knowing where you're at and where your desired outcome is for the next level, and say, what is the next step? That's the question to ask, is what is the next step? And having that understanding, and you're having the leaders that brought you in, and we're equipping the leaders with the tools. That's what we're talking about today, is leadership, because it says leadership. John Maxwell says everything rises and falls on leadership. And how we have this company with Martin and Kent is they're true leaders. And you can see all the people who are on here. I mean, everybody who's taking it to the next level. We have a Facebook, a VIP Facebook, a WhatsApp group for the leaders. So that's something to strive for. That could be your goal, to be included in that WhatsApp group. That way, there's different conversations. Because as doing your business, there's going to be rejection. It's a gimme. There's rejection, and human behavior tends, right? He's Ivo's going like, oh yeah, Ivo. And here's the thing: when rejection comes, it's never personal. It's not about you. That's the thing, And when I say rejection is never personal, it's not going to affect us in a way that we get discouraged and quit. Because the only way you quit is when you just say, I'm done. You get discouraged. So having that understanding that rejection is never personal, is just, okay, thank you, and move on, work towards your goal. And being empowered with the tools that we have and being the leaders, it's going to take us to the next level. So right now I want to share the screen. I'm going to ask Victor to get on, and let me build this up first. Victor has been brought on as our social media digital marketing professional master. And he's been allocated to equip the leaders and to create videos for entry-level, zero to hero videos, step-by-step, for people when we just come in or who you just enroll. So I want him to share a little bit about what he's doing. He has many years in the industry, and he's helped major companies, major MLM companies and regular companies with their social media marketing, their digital marketing, and has success. And he's helped me as well in my own personal development trainings and products. So Victor, please share a little bit about what you're doing and how you're helping Monarch, the entry level, the leaders, everybody. So Victor.
Hey, Ruben, thank you very much for having me on. I am so excited. I am so energetic with everything that's going on, because what Martin, what Kent is doing, bringing on Ruben Mata to the table, all these leaders, man, this is incredible.
You are muted, Victor. Victor, you are muted.
Sorry. Thank you, Arthur. Thank you. Ruben, thank you too as well. I'm so excited to be here. I see so much potential in what we're doing, what Martin has created, what Kent has founded, right? So many years ago. So right now, bringing Ruben to the table and bringing all these leaders that we want to help create more leaders, right? So since we talk about leadership, since Ruben is talking about leadership, I want to talk to you a little bit about how are we going to duplicate more leaders? Because in this business, key is duplication. So if we can't duplicate more and more leaders, it's not going to work, right? So what we have done, thanks to Kent, thanks to Martin, is build a whole system that you are going to be able to share with other people, right? So for the past 10 years, a little bit about me quickly. I've helped multiple companies all around the world, surpass their goals. I've helped entrepreneurs reach 6 figures, 7 figures, make hundreds of thousands of dollars through online sales marketing. I also help companies get Guinness World Records, you know, everything through online promotions, through sales, right? Marketing, online sales. So what we're gonna bring to the table to everyone who's watching this call right now, we got over 100 people, is that get with your leaders, okay? Because we're gonna give you what they call a funnel system. I don't know if you heard about the funnels, right? It's like websites, like landing pages that is gonna help you create a constant flow of prospects, right? Because in this business, you need, in order for you to grow, you need to have people interested in your business, people who would like more information about your business. So we're going to create a whole, we already have it in place. It's going to be launching this week. And so get with your leaders so you know, and we're going to give you the trainings on how you're going to do it. What we're doing right now, I'm doing a 30-day boot camp, right? Every day we're doing trainings on how you can take Monarch, right, as the platform, as the vehicle to reach success, right? So like Ruben said, from zero to hero, my friends. We're going to teach you. It doesn't matter if you don't know anything about sales, or about business, or about marketing. It does not matter, okay? So don't take that as an excuse, right? Because leaders are builders, and we're going to help you build your team with the platform, with the educational system in place, with Ruben's training. I don't know if you know about Ruben, but like Ken said, look him up on Google. He's been an ambassador for worldwide. He's been, you know, in top ranking. So all of this trainings that Martin has placed for you guys, you have to take advantage. You have to take control, right? So what I'm going to be doing for you is that I'm going to be training you in English and Spanish. We're going to have this in 5-7 different languages in the next months, okay? So that's the beauty about what we are doing. We're going to have it in every language so you guys can take advantage, so you guys can learn how to go from zero to black diamond, because that's what we want, right? We want to get to that black diamond, blue diamond. That's what everybody wants. You're in Nigeria, America. It's brand new. The market is brand new, and you don't need to be in these countries, because today, thanks to the internet, thanks to online marketing, thanks to the landing pages, to the funnel system we're going to give you, it doesn't matter where you are in the world. You can create a business, right? You can create other leaders with this training, because leaders are meant to guide people. Leaders are meant to help people. So if you want to be a diamond in this business, you have to become a leader. You have to build yourself up. What I like about our leaders, like I see Arthur, I see Fallon, I see all these people always on the calls, always taking notes, always learning more. And they're the big leaders, right? So if you want to get to be a big leader in this company, a diamond, a blue diamond, you have to build yourself up, and then you have to help other build themselves up, right? And give the tools and the strategy. So it doesn't matter if you don't have the tools right now, we are going to give them to you. Monarch is going to provide everything. Monarch is going to provide the system, the tools, the strategies, and the financial vehicle for you to achieve success this 2022 and 2023. Wow. What we got going on is going to blow up, because in 2023, with everything that's going with the United token, it's going to blow up. With everything that's happening, it's a no-brainer for you to start this business right now, because it is the perfect time. Okay, so I'm not going to take more of Ruben's time, but if you want to know our strategy, our system, okay, please get with your leader and tell them that you want our funnel system. Tell them that you want the trainings for you be able to create a business anywhere in the world. What Ken and Martin have built, and what Ruben Mata is bringing, what the leaders are bringing, what I'm going to bring to the table, you will be able to achieve success anywhere in the world. But remember, leaders are builders. You need to help build others, right? Because for you able to grow, you need to build yourself up. So you have to become a leader, and then you have to help others become leaders. So these tools, these trainings that Ruben is doing, that we're going to be doing, is going to help you go from zero to hero, from zero to black diamond real quick. But you have to really pay attention, and you have to compromise, and you have to be disciplined to be able to take what you don't know right now and learn it and be able to grow and have success with our tools, okay? So remember, talk to your leaders, tell them that you want the trainings for you to be able to grow a business online. We already have them in place for you, okay? Talk to your leaders, tell them to get them to you, and I will gladly be of service. Anything that I can do for you. My name is Victor Gomez, and I will gladly help you out. So, Ruben, thank you very much for the time, man.
All right. Thank you, Victor, for all the information, the energy, and the seeds being planted right now. and people wanting to advance, because we're talking about giving them the tools and strategies and what's the goal. And like you're saying about our leaders who we have in the VIP group, as far as who qualified, it's, you know, you see Arthur there, you see, you know, Auntie there, you see Dewey, Aldo, you know, you see Fallon in there. So we have a lot of other leaders as well that's in there that's able to communicate, because like-minded people do similar things as far as for success, because success duplicates. And once you have ideas and things coming up and you have all this experience in one thread, everybody is here to help somebody. That's why we're here. And that's the whole strategy and mission of Monarch, is to help people, to assist them and support them. And that's why the leadership skills. And here's something to aware, you know, like we said, awareness is the first element of change. Remember, awareness. What's the word? Awareness. All right. So awareness is the first element of change. So now being aware of where you're at as a leader, it's going to be able to write it down, because you get it out of here and say, how am I being a leader? Where's my accountability to myself? And it's being truthful and being aware, because awareness is the first element of change. And if we desire to become a better leader, we need to know where we're at. So on a scale of 0 to 10, 10 being dismal, 0 being dismal, 10 being a master, where do you rank yourself as a leader? And put that in the chat box. I want to see where you rank yourself. And it's accountability now. You know, you're an 8, Auntie, yeah. Oh, I want to share what Auntie put as well. Put it in the chat box what you are. And I'll share about and spotlight of the video. Okay. What happened in Dubai when we went, let me put you back on because I like seeing the whole screen. It is put where you're at, 8. Okay, where else? Who else? Evo, where are you at? I want to see that. Dewey as well, the queen. Fallon, 7. And it's like, okay, and then we'll say, okay, if you feel your leadership skills are at a 10, imagine being at a 12. Imagine being at a 14, right? It's like the scale goalie goes, right, to 10, but you could be a lot more than that if you feel you're already at a 10. And it's being truthful with yourself. Because if we're not growing, we're dying. It's like a plant. It's like if you water a plant, the plant just doesn't stay there. It either is growing or is dying. So how are we as leaders, if we're not growing, we're slowly diminishing, because it'll be a fade when we just start allowing ourselves to be comfortable. Because remember, the comfort zone isn't so comfortable after a period of time. So now being aware, where focus goes, energy flows. You got it, Evo. And where your mind goes, energy flows. You know, what you think about, you bring about, the law of attraction. And it's like, here's another question to ask yourself as well, because the second element of change, and we already discussed this. The second element of change is understanding. Understanding. That's the second element of change, is understanding what needs to be done to get to the next level. First element of change is what? Awareness. Thank you. Second element of change is what? Understanding, right? So now that you have that, and I see Arthur taking notes, because leaders take notes. That's what we were talking about earlier. Leaders take notes. And this is when, after we went to Paris with the leaders from Latin America, we ended up going with Martin and his son to Dubai, and we met leaders there. There was leaders there, and having a VIP mastermind at their home. There was Auntie was there, Dewey was there, the Queen was there, and there's another leader there, and it was Martin, and we're all talking about strategies and what to do, right? And how powerful the words are that we use in our material to allow people to make a decision to get with Monarch with ethical influence. Has to be ethical, because it's our value system that we're presenting this information, our belief system. So we believe in it. So now that's going to make this, whoever we have in front of us, a prospect, move forward. So that's from where we're going. And after that meeting, Auntie had like 4 pages of notes. It was like all this, it just, he was writing down. And I was like, oh my goodness. Because it's about being aware, being present, and seeing, I'm gonna use these tools. Look at all notes and things that I have, always writing things down. Leaders write things down. When they come up, write it down. Put it in your phone. If you don't have something to write with, put it in your phone when you have ideas and strategies. So here we go, moving on. It's like I get so excited. Okay, here we go. So here we go. Here's something to ask yourself as a leader. Because John Maxwell says as well about leadership. He says, if you're walking and you just call yourself a leader and you turn around and there's nobody following, you're not a leader, you're just going for a walk. Because leaders create a team. Leaders create leaders. Leaders delegate. Leaders, their ego is out of the way. What do they say? Ego is not your amigo. Ego could damage a whole team and have people fall out. So it's not about you, it's about helping the person in front of you, because they say people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. So having that understanding, and 100% agree, right, Maya? Having that understanding as far as saying, ask yourself where your actions are. How is it affecting my team, how I'm performing? Is your team growing or is it not growing? You know, it's like how accountable I am to my actions. And are the goals for your team, is it clear for them as well? The goals for the people that you have, that you bring in, is it clear? Because clarity leads to power when you have the clarity. So I'm going to leave right now. We're gonna press pause with this information. Is this information helpful? If it is, put it in the chat box. Is this information helpful so far on the call? Put it in the chat box. Is this information helpful? Because we're bringing it. Also, I wanted to give a shout out to Aldo. Okay, we have like 128. Aldo, we had a call last week, and it was a Spanish call, and we're on there, and we reached over 1,000 people that were on the call. That's what they calculated. So that's what we're talking about, is duplication. People are interested. People are looking for an offer right now. It's all about timing. What do they say? The T in talent is not as good sometimes as the T in timing. Because right now, people are looking for it. The mortgage industry is going down. People who are their jobs, people are looking for opportunities. And this is something that we have that we can share with people who we may not think are going through a challenging time, but are. So having that, I want to press pause here of what I'm doing. And I want to bring on our master trainer, Mamie Jean, to bring on some information about what she's going to bring with us this week. So Mamie Jean, master trainer, take it away.
Awesome, Ruben. Thank you so much. Hey, guys, you know, leadership is not just leadership. How many of you have ever heard of a term called ingenuity leader? Ingenuity leader. Well, I want you to get that concept and write it down. Ingenuity leadership. And what I'll do is I'll put a link in the chat later. You can read an article that was posted in Choices Online. It's an article that I wrote. And what it is as an ingenuity leader, let me ask you, are you encouraging your people, your partners, your members to actually do 2 things? Think inside the box. And when we talk about inside the box, it's about what systems are you following and giving to the people so that they can duplicate efforts? Because this business is about duplication. Momentum is driven by your systems of duplication, the structures that you follow up on, and the processes that you can put in place for the people to go step by step with you. And while you're inside the box, I want you to also think outside the box. Outside the box. And outside of the box means that with the structures you're giving them and the duplication, you want to also be flexible. What's the word, guys? Flexible. Thank you, Ruben. Flexible means the most flexible person in the room is always going to win. Why? because sometimes the perspectives that we have need to be widened, need to be expanded. And so thinking outside the box gives you that flexibility to work with each person individually and at the same time with the whole group. So thinking outside of the box, make sure that you help your people take action. What's the word, guys? Action. And we want to make sure that when we combine the systems and the structures, the flexibility and the action, you provide the people that you're exposing them to MONARCH, to the opportunity that has unlimited possibilities. So choose, not only be an empowered leader, but also be an ingenuity leader. So let me ask you a couple questions. How do you show up? And are you an actual ingenuity leader? What do I mean by that? Are you putting people before profits? Or are you putting profits before people? Because if you're putting profits before people, you're missing the boat. People will bring you the profits. So make sure that you connect. And there are people out there that will enroll and join you immediately. And there are people that will say, you know what, I need to think about it. And when you hear that, it's I'm thinking about it for now. It's not a no forever, unless they say, no, Mamie, I'm out. So keep that in mind, people before profits, because when you have the people, you together as a team will bring in the profit. You taking time to understand the people that you bring in. Who are they? What do they do? What do they value? What's important to them? Those are some of the things that you want to know as a leader so that you can actually reinforce what we call personal development. When you know the why of someone, you have the ability to help remind them what they're striving for. What leadership qualities are they looking for? They're looking for people who they can trust, who will lead, inspire, and teach them how to also lead, inspire, and teach others. That is the lifeblood of building a business. And let me ask you this, are your dreams big enough? Are your dreams big enough to fit other people's dreams in it? Because leaders don't show how important they are. Leaders actually spotlight how important the person is. So again, people first. And the one thing I want you to keep in mind is, what's your comfort and confidence level? You know, ingenuity leaders are always looking for the next thing that will make them even better leaders. Be that leader of leaders. We're not looking for more followers. We're looking for leaders. Leaders who will stand beside us. Leaders who will take the lead and allow us to lead in our own time. We get to do it to our own tune. And so when you are building a business, instill confidence. And also know this, the reality is that sometimes life happens. So it's not about what happens when life happens. It's about how quickly you're going to stand up, take a plan, make a shift, and then keep going forward. How does that align with your why? Leaders know why they do things. So are you teaching? Are you leading? Are you inspiring? And the next thing is this, guys. Understand that MONARCH has so many tool sets, so many opportunities to learn, like trainings every single day. It's unheard of. And then once a week, we get to hear about mindset, motivation, and monetization with Ruben and I. Where are you on that ladder? Where are you on your personal development journey? What successes are you strategizing? And not just strategizing, guys. What actions are you taking to support those strategies. And so what I want to do is I want to give you 5 nuggets. 5 nuggets. How many nuggets, guys? Let me give you 5. Thank you. I want you to learn to teach, lead, and inspire people to achieve. And then you gain team success. How do you do that? You listen. We talked about this in our past trainings. Listening is not just listening with your ears, guys. Listening with your eyes. Yeah, Dr. Moravian said that 55% of our communication is nonverbal. So you need to be listening with your ears and your eyes. Listen for the whys and the values that people want in life, because guess what you just discovered? You discovered what drives them. And when you understand what drives them, you understand what motivates them. And when you can help them decide what motivates them, they motivate themselves. For those, whoever's online, if you can mute, that would be amazing. One thing that I always tell a lot of my coaching clients, when you're listening, be interested. Whoops. Hold on. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Give me a thumbs up. Awesome. Thank you. And so when you are leading, lead by example. Lead by example. Because a lot of times what will happen is when you are interested, not interesting, you get to listen for the whole person. And when you're interested, listen to also relate. To what is that word, guys? To relate. Because when you can relate as a leader, you have the ability to recognize what challenges people are going through, what engages them, what gets them excited. And then you can align with that energy and move forward, strategize those step-by-steps. Because an ingenuity leader takes into account what's important to the person sitting, standing, or kneeling right in front of you. And when you can actually recognize that, you have the ability to make good decisions. You'll hear and see what they're looking for, and then you get to provide it to them. Is that a good or good? Give me a thumbs up. Awesome, thank you. Give recognition and praise. And when you actually are helping someone to get through, give them feedback. Give them constructive feedback. Ask them what's working. 3 questions I live by. What's working? What's not working? And how can we do it differently? Because those 3 what and hows allows us to then shift, correct, and continue. Now, the 5th thing is acknowledge that they are being heard and being seen and valued. Because when someone knows that you've heard them, you've seen them, and you value them, you can engage in opportunities to learn and grow, both personally and professionally. You know what is amazing about your leadership? Your leadership in Monarch invests in their people. You don't get to see that all the time. They invest in their people. They also show that you become an extension of the Monarch family. How many of you love or want that feeling of community? Because that is all I've seen since I've actually come on board to work with Monarch. It's the ability for your leaders to show up. Doesn't matter what time of day or night, they're on the calls. Ken and Martin, priceless. We don't only get to see them as businessmen, we get to see them as a person and family man. Everything they do works toward leading this company. That is what I call ingenuity leadership. Leaders leading leaders. Are you a leader? Are you ready to take that to the next step? Why? Because there are people out there looking for people just like you. They want that leadership, not to follow, not to follow, but to lead, to stand beside each other. Because when you build a community, you build a team of leaders. That's what Ruben is all about. That's what Martin, that's what Victor, that's what Kent is all about. These are the leaders leading leaders. Step up, guys. Show up. Show the people that you are going to be gathering into your community that, one, you care about them, you see them, you hear them, and then together you will build a team that has infinite possibilities, because what's coming up with Monarch and the tools that they're putting together for you and the excitement of what's going to be rolling out in the next couple of months is going to be priceless. What's the word, guys? Priceless. They're providing you with so much so that you can step into that role of leader and then make your own light so that you can gather the team and then be what I call not just a ripple effect. You've heard me say this before. Tony Robbins said, impact the life of one person and you will ripple effect out to 350,000 people. If you want to be that ripple, not if, when you want to be that ripple, step into leadership so that you can lead leaders and make that ripple turn into what I call from Hawaii, the massive tsunami that Monarch is made to be. So here you go, Ruben, back to you, the leader of leaders. Come on back.
All right. Okay, Baby Jean. Thank you. And I want to share, Baby's going to share an article, but she's also written over 6 books. She's also written over 6 books, leadership and business, and she's created many material for different companies, corporations all over the world, right? So what we have here on the call as far as leadership, so share that link as well. What we have as leadership, we understand the business. I mean, with the years that Kent has been and Martin and with Mamie Jean and Victor and myself, there's, over close to 80 years of what we've been in the industry. That's what we have is we understand the experience being brought together as we mastermind. We have calls because knowing leaders need to collaborate with other leaders. That's why it's the goal is to get to the next level, to get to the VIP, the chats, and be having access to get on the call early to see what we're talking about. Because it's not just showing up at the time, it's doing the extra. Doing the what? Extra. That's what we're talking about. Because I have this book as well. It's in Spanish, Levántate. I have it in Stand as well. So this could be one of your goals, is to become an author, to get your story out of your head. And the products that we have, and we're developing this. This is my personal product, Empowering Mindset. And we're going to be setting these principles up for you for Monarch. That's what we're distributing, all this of what we're bringing to you. That way, this is where we're going to have some fun. We're going to have what? Fun. Imagine this. This is your team. You have one recruit. And then you have another one. And then you have a lot of them. That's the goal. So when you put these in and you have a bunch of these, then the leadership roles take in. Because remember, it's to build a team. Look at female, male. So we're both, okay? So building a team of these. Imagine the movie, The Minions. How many of these are? That's the goal. we want to make a lot of them. So it's first one, then the next one, then the next one, then the next one, then they multiply, 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 then you got all kinds. But it's being the leader, because leadership is not appointed. Leadership skills are learned. Remember, you got the learn knowledge. And what she was saying, you got learn, and you got modeling knowledge, you got teaching knowledge, and you have that activity knowledge. So there was that four. So it's learning the skills of leadership. It's not, they don't say, and to get to diamond, you've already learned so much. It's like, I come in, another rank advance, 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 and then you end up getting your diamond rank. That's the goal. But you have to learn the skills. Nobody can say, oh, you're a leader now. No, okay, what have you done? What's your results? Because results always tell the truth. Results will always tell the truth. And if, like we were saying, if you turn around and nobody's following you, who are you leading? Leaders lead. So as you call yourself a leader, be accountable to yourself and say, how is my team taking my leadership skills when I speak with them, when I give them tasks? And here's something as a leader, be humble. Feedback. If somebody says something to you that you may not like, check that area. Because we're not perfect. We just become better and excellent. We're striving for excellence. Perfection, excellence. Strive for excellence. That's what we want. And listen to your team. Leaders listen without having to say something back. Listen, feedback, say thank you, and then take it and digest it and see what areas where what areas could use improvement as far as your leadership skills. And after you say what needs to be present, what do you need to see to know that your leadership skills are working? What do you need to see? What will you hear? What will you feel when you feel you're at the point of you're leading the correct way? Is it 5 team members? Is it weekly phone calls? What is it? What do you need? What needs to be present? Because remember, it's what you do, not only what you say. Are you walking what you're talking? That's the thing. Because a lot of people that say they're leaders, they talk, but they don't do. So are we walking our talk, right? And that's the thing as well, because when we have a belief system that we understand we're going to get to the next level, obstacles will come. Because remember, obstacles are what you see when you take your eye off of the goal. And when that happens, how bad do you want it is going to get you to the next level. It's like, how bad? You got to be hungry. Like Les Brown said, you got to be hungry. You got to be hungry for it. You got to get up in the morning and say, let's do it. Because what it says, where performance is measured, performance improves. Where performance is measured, performance improves. And how are you being accountable with your results? When you take inventory, it's like, is it once a month? Where am I at? Is it once a week? What are my results? Or is it once every 3 days? Because I guarantee you, successful people, they take inventory every day, some every hour. How, if you do it, what are my activities getting me closer to my goal? What did I do to get closer to my goal? How often do you take inventory? How often do you hold yourself accountable? Every day, this is what I did, A, B, C, D. Oh, okay, it's been 3 hours. What have I done? Because it's being accountable is going to get you to the next level. And a lot of people don't like to budget their time. But let me share something. Successful people budget their time. They don't just hang out. They don't just hang out and just do nothing. No, it's always being useful. It's not saying never have fun, not going on vacation or taking trips. What I'm saying is when you're doing the business, do it at 100%. Be all in. Do the business at 100%. At what percent? Here.
$100%.
100%. All in. Whatever it takes. The whatever it takes attitude. That's what it's going to be. Say, who's all in? If you're all in, put in the chat box, I am. All in. There you go. All in. Anthony, Evo. There you go. Whatever it takes. That's it. The warrior. It's like that song with whatever it takes. Ooh, that's what we play. It's like whatever it takes, because it's what's we're being programmed here. It's already working with the intention set of saying, I understand that there's going to be some challenges because of what happened in the past, but it's okay. It's okay because we're measuring our results so we know how to adjust. And like Baby was saying about flexibility, it's like we got to, be flexible, be like water. You got to be able to move around. You got to have some fun. And it's like goals, we're working towards our goals and we have fun. We bring these things on. We're having a lot of these, right? And also as well, I got my props today. And if things are not working, remember, reset.
So, what do you want? So, what do you want?
Remember, what do I want? Awareness, understanding, playing it at 100%, all in, warrior mindset. Let's go, baby. Let's go. That's where it's going to get you to the next level. That's what it took for me to be able to speak all over the world in front of hundreds of thousands of people. Being able to do events in Dubai and Poland and London and where else, in Mexico, Chile, and Colombia. So all these places, South Korea. So all these things to get where I'm at, it took a lot of rejection. It took a lot of time investing, reading, being on calls, reading, practicing, activity. And that's what it's going to take. But the thing is how bad do you want it? How bad do you want it? That's the thing to ask yourself. Because we're giving you the tools. Like, what do they say? You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. That's an English quote that we use. We could get somebody here, but it's up to them to take action. And being a leader, you can identify if they're in it 100% or if they're not. And we can't, as a leader, you can't want success more than they want it themselves. You cannot want success more than the person you're helping. Remember that. It'll save you time, strength, energy, and money. It's just like that, remember? So that's the thing where we're at with that. But remember, it's being the leaders, being on here, get your team on here. We had a great turnout today. And what we're doing next week is amazing. We're going to have, next month, we're going to be in Latin America. Also, the following month as well, I believe we'll be in Colombia. So if you know people in Colombia, we're going to be having some events out there. And we're going to be looking to be where our big event, the big convention is going to be. We're going to do a lot of announcements. We should be having the cards mid-September. So everything's moving forward. There's so much momentum and velocity that's being created. We're expanding so much, bringing people on, and we're just getting started. This is the tip of the iceberg. So what I want to do is I want to thank everybody who's been on this call, who's still here, who's investing. What's the word? Investing in mindset development. That way you could have more of these. All right, so we'll see you next week, same time, same place. Thank you. You're very welcome. Auntie, all right, brother. Next week, same time. Well, we're doing it again, and we're gonna start bringing these in Spanish as well. So
thank you.
Take care. We'll see y'all next week. Baby G, thank you, Victor. Thank you, Kent, Martin, for your support, and go make it happen. Wait. Before we go, what are your action steps too? Write down your action steps. So what are you going to do? That's the life of the opportunity. Action steps. How many more recruits are we going to get? How many more leaders are we going to build? How many more, what are we going to do? That's the thing to ask yourself, because remember, where performance is measured, performance improves. So how do you measure your performance? Take inventory. How many? There you go. Sanders, have a good week. All right. So we'll see you next week. Take care.